Hello and welcome to week 21, Studio Art Week. You must send me a photo of your artwork or a video of it if you can't get the camera to work. Remember, by clicking my hand on any slide, you will go to my help page with how-to videos on taking photos, using the videos, or using these slides. There is also my Zoom link on the help page so you can come see me. Last week, we selected our favorite photos from the gallery and shared them with me and your classmates. Some of you even started on your lines,
which we are going to trace really hard with a crayon. Notice how I'm going up and down with my crayon over that line. I want it to be a very strong line. Now the reason I made strong lines is because water and wax don't like each other. So if your water tries to come in, your wax line is going to say, no, 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 stay out, stay out. If your lines are strong and solid, they're going to keep that water from coming into your shape. Wait, shapes? Shapes? You say we didn't make shapes? Oh, but look again. We did. We know that when a line eats its tail, it makes a shape. But we didn't make any lines that ate its tail. We made lines that touched other lines. So, for practice right now, you're going to take your crayon and you're going to find a shape. We're going to kind of play bumper cars inside of our lines. So I'd like you to pick any line. I'm going to start here where two lines intersect. That means they touch. And I'm going to take my crayon and it's my bumper car. It's going to be inside. It's only allowed inside that room. So every time it hits the line, it bumps around and it stays inside that room. It doesn't come out of that room. Now the reason we're doing this is because we are going to play bumper cars with your paintbrush. But first I want you to understand what a shape is and how we're going to find it. Because I don't want you to take your paintbrush and paint the whole thing one color or a couple of different colors. I want you to try and stay inside your shapes. It's going to get tricky. And I don't want you to get upset if we make a boo-boo. It's okay. I want you to try your absolute best. That is why we are practicing with a crayon on our first shape. There we go. I colored my first shape in. Now, we're going to color using paint for the other shapes. So this is a shape that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and remember, not all shapes have names. But look, this one looks like a triangle. 12, 13, there's a tiny one here. 14, 15, and 16. You may have more shapes, you may have a lot less shapes. It all depends on the lines you made. Good luck!
once you make your line strong with crayon, we are going to stop the video, then click the green next arrow with paint. You will need your paintbrush, and a container of water halfway full. The paintbrush should be inside your paint container. But wait, you didn't make your lines or label it yet? Not to worry, Just keep listening and I will show you how to make your lines. If you haven't gotten your art supplies yet either, you're going to try using the media center inside the studio. Just make sure once you open the media center, you go back and you touch that easel to follow the demonstrations like everybody else. Thank you and have a good day. Guess what? It's time to open those bags. I know we've waited quite some time. So guess what? It's time to open them and time to talk about the different things we have. We have some paint, okay? Put it aside for right now. Pieces of paper. Now, if you don't have 6 pieces of paper, Mrs. Brendlinger may have miscounted. I do apologize for that. When you're counting, 3 pieces of paper and then 3 pieces of paper again by 500, your hands get a little dry and they stick together. Some of you might have some extra paper, some of you might have one less. No matter what, you guys are going to be okay, I promise. So I want you to feel your paper. Just take one of them, feel it, and you'll notice that when you feel the next 2, maybe they might feel the same. If they feel different, this one feels thicker, okay? I'm going to wiggle them. When I wiggle them, okay, notice one moves a lot more than the other one, okay? This one is a lot thinner, okay? It kind of reminds me of computer paper. It's a lot thinner. We do not want to paint with that paper. That paper is for drawing only. If we paint with that paper, you are probably going to put holes in that paper. And then it'll get on your carpet or on your tile, and mom, dad, whoever loves you at home won't be so happy. And we don't want to make them mad. So what we're going to do is we're going to label our papers to make it a little bit easier for us so that when we move forward with our art projects, it's going to be super duper fun. You will need a pencil or a writing tool, a pen, a crayon, or a marker. We are going to write the letter G for good on our good paper, our strong paper. So the paper that is thicker, that doesn't wiggle quite as much, all right, and you can feel it's thicker, it's stronger paper. Okay, this is not the strong paper. It wiggles way too much. This is a lot thinner. The thin paper is our drawing paper. So on our paper that is nice and thick and strong, we have 3 of them, you are going to write the letter G in the top corner. Not super big, just like that. I'm going to show you how to write the letter G. All right, friends, so I'm going to show you how to make the letter G. We start out with a curved line that looks kind of like the letter C. Then we make a line over and down, and you have the letter G. Good paper. Once in the corner. So G, G, G. And you'll notice that I wrote a capital G. To write the letter D, it is a capital G. We're going to do a straight line down. Beautiful. And then we are going to connect this line using a curve line. So we come around and down, around and down, around and down, around and down until we hit here. It almost looks like a bow and arrow, like Cupid might use. Okay, we are going to write the letter D on the thin pieces of paper. Do not put them on the good pieces of paper. There's only going to be 1 letter on each paper we have. Thank you, friends.
Boys and girls, so I have my good paper. I know this because it has a G on it, and that's that thicker paper. You might want to put your name near the good paper. I like to put a dash here or a minus sign, and then I like to put my name. Now, boys and girls, you're not going to write my name. You are going to write your name. Okay? Then I'm going to flip it over. Notice there is nothing on this side of my good paper. I am getting ready this paper for next week, so we have more time to do some coloring and painting. So remember, I said you will need crayons next week, or at least one crayon, or a candle. Now, I like to find the middle of my paper. Notice I'm holding my paper landscape style. That means it's like a school bus. So where's the middle? Is that the middle? No. That the middle? Not quite. Is that the middle? No. Is that the middle? Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to put a little dot there so I know that that's the middle. I'm going to start with a straight line. I'm going to push nice and hard so you guys can see this. Just make a straight line down on my paper. Awesome sauceum. Now, I want to find the middle between that line and the edge of my paper. Is this the middle? No, not quite. Is this the middle? Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to make a little dot there or a little mark. And now I want to make a wavy line. Remember, a wavy line has valleys and hills. And the hill comes down and has a valley and comes up and goes down, has a valley and a hill. So it looks the same this way as it does from this way. You've got hills and valleys, hills and valleys. So that is a wavy line. Now I'm going to find between my straight line and my paper line the center over here. Is this the center? No. Is this the center? No. Is this the center? Looks good. Put a dot there, and now we're going to make a zigzag line. So we're going to zig and zag, and zig and zag, and zig and zag. Now, notice two things. You need to make sure that your zigzags aren't super small. Okay, so if you are, let me find another piece of paper for you guys. If you are doing a zigzag and you're going like this, that's going to take a while to do. Okay, plus we're going to trace over these with crayon next week, so that's going to take forever. Don't have that many zigzags, okay? Same thing with your wavy line. Your wavy line shouldn't be wavy, 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 wavy. It shouldn't be super, super skinny wavy lines, okay? It should be nice, big, wavy lines. It kind of reminds me of the movie with Nemo, Finding Nemo, and when Dory says, wavy, or she tries to talk to the whale, whale, okay? That's how I make my wavy lines, nice and big and flowing. Now, I'm going to make some lines from on this side. I'm going to make two of them. When I do that, sometimes it's easier for me to turn my paper. If you want to leave your paper the way it is, that's fine. I'm going to make two lines, and I'm going to make them about equal distance. So if I notice there's a space, they're about equal. Okay, I'm going to put a little dot here and a little dot here. So they're not super close together, they're not super close to the edge. You know, do your best, okay? There's no wrong answer. If yours are super close, that's okay, I promise you. So now we're going to do a bumpy line. And remember, a bumpy line is lines that look like the letter N or M, or they look like hills. But notice there's no valleys in here. Or they look like U's, right? But again, we want these to be nice and big. Otherwise, if you do super tiny bumpy lines, it's going to take forever. So we're going to make bumpy line, a scalloped line, a Tigger line, because Tigger keeps jumping. He hops into the air as soon as he hits the ground, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you could do loop-de-loo lines. They will get a little bit tricky when we go to paint this, just so you know. But I want you to do any type of line here. You can make up a line. I like to do something that kind of looks like a puzzle piece, okay? Puzzle piece lines are sort of fun to me. Okay, so any type of line, that's your choice, and now you're good.
So now that you made your lines, it is time to trace them with crayon, like I showed you earlier in this video. When you are all done, touch the green next arrow to see the demonstration.